Good evening and welcome to the Cherry Hill West Weekly Report. I'm Scott Broder.
And I'm Susan Desnall, and here's the news. The results of the class election show that for the freshman class, Andrew Cosenza will be the governor, Scott Harris for lieutenant governor, Mark Schwartz for secretary, and Sherry Udell for treasurer. The sophomore class shows that Mike Dean won as governor, Steve Esposito for lieutenant governor, Sang Lee for treasurer, and Steve Cantor for secretary. The junior class victorious members were Stephen Kessler and Gillian Gerson. Reporter Scott Broder had the chance to speak with next year's senior governor.
I'm here with Steve Kessler, newly elected governor of next year's senior class. Steve, how many years have you been involved with student government?
Well, I was treasurer of Brainerd when I was at Brainerd, and the last 2 years I was lieutenant governor, and this last past year I've been in the cabinet, and now I'm the governor of the senior class.
Why did you decide to run for this office?
After losing last year by 3 votes, I was asked by many students to run again, and I just felt that I should.
Next year, one of the big responsibilities of senior class government is the senior prom, and you start planning for that early in the year. How are you adapting this? Is you taking this as a challenge and going all out? And then do you have any other plans for next year besides the senior prom?
Yeah, it is a big challenge. In the next week or so, we're going to be handing out applications for the class cabinet and for the senior prom committee. And I'll be picking a chairperson of the prom committee, and I'll basically oversee what they're doing and let them handle most of the arrangements for that. But I think over the summer we're going to be finding a place, and we hope to have a few car washes and stuff like that over the summer to raise money, basically.
Although you ran unopposed, there was some controversy when you were giving your speeches at your class meeting. Could you fill us in on what the controversy concerned?
After our speeches, we had asked if there was any questions, and a few, I guess they loudmouths stood up and said, how come no one else ran against them? And they wanted to run. At that point, they asked if they could run. And they were told that there were announcements made before that they could have signed up to run and had the petitions filled out, but obviously they didn't. And they did have a petition going around the school with the junior class to sign. And they went to Miss Katz, but they got turned down, and nothing came of it, really. I talked to all of them personally, and they said they were kind of sorry. They want to be in the cabinet, but we'll see what happens.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Steve. Last week was the annual Pavis Festival, and reporter Sue Desenhall filed this report.
Students were overwhelmed last Wednesday with the impressive range of talents of West's art students. Exhibits included Aspects, the award-winning literary magazine, landscape painting, macrame, drafting and architectural, woodworking, metalworking, metal sculpture, bookcases, cradles, and the centerpiece of the exhibit was Cheta Petrina's award-winning dining room set. Other exhibits featured portraits, ceramics, clothing, and a variety of painting techniques. A special thanks to advisor Mrs. Thelma Beer and senior Chris Albrecht for all of their work in making this year's Pavis Festival such a success. Last Wednesday night, students from all grades gathered in West Auditorium to be presented with awards sponsored by the Home and School Association. Students were recognized for their special contributions to school this year. Congratulations to all.
In sports, West Varsity Baseball Team improved its record to 18-4 last week as they beat Washington Township 4-3. Kevin Bordner hit his third home run of the season to lead his team farther into the state tournament. The girls lacrosse team are also in the state tournament with a final record of 10-5. Also, the girls softball team advanced into the state finals with a record of 16-6.
Thank you for watching the West Weekly Report. Please join us again next week at this time. Good night.
Good night.
Good evening. Welcome to this June 1st East Update. I'm Christy Smith along with Rob DiGiacomo. The top story tonight is East Knowledge Bowl. This Thursday, East plays Haddonfield in the New York Times Cable Knowledge Bowl Finals. The winners will win $11,000 for their school. East team includes Raul Llanes, Ken Kaplan, Barry Goldman, and Bama Afreya. Alternates are Amy Yermish and Tim Ash. Last Thursday, in an outstanding victory, East beat Paul VI 375 to 295 with brilliant performances from all members. You can see that game tomorrow on NYT Cable TV Channel 2 at 7 o'clock, or you can catch the final competition tomorrow live at Burlington County College at 8:30 p.m. It is a big event, so come out and support the team. Coaches Peggy Beck and Mark Pinzer guarantee an exciting match for tomorrow night.
East musicians, dancers, and thespians have been keeping very busy lately. The renowned jazz band, led by Roy Huff, recently completed another successful year. They took first place in competitions at Cherokee, Cherry Hill West, Washington Township, and Pennsauken. First place soloists for the band included seniors Greg Wright on trombone, Jeff Reisman on saxophone, and Jake Ramming on trumpet. Jake also was a 1983 Louis Armstrong Award recipient. Congratulations to Mr. Huff and the jazz band. They, the Magical East Renaissance Choral Group, held auditions for next year. Tomorrow, the Bells of East will be holding auditions for all interested ringer-singers. Congratulations to Ann Lynn, who competed in the Student Congress of the National Forensic Speech Finals in Chicago this weekend. Ann was the only one from the Camden Diocese who placed in the finals. She won a trophy and certificate for placing 5th in the Federal House. There were 119 participants in 4 houses. Thanks again to all the teachers, students, and community members who made this experience possible.
Having just recovered from the highly successful spring musical, The Pirates of Penzance, the drama department is already hard at work planning the fall show. Entitled Music Broadway America, Book 2, it is an original musical review written, designed, and choreographed by Mr. Nation, Mr. Weaver, and Mrs. Hall. Music Broadway America, which will be a touring show, began auditions today and will continue them tomorrow with callbacks scheduled for June 3rd. The performance dates are October 28th through 31st at East Auditorium. The show will also tour Hawaii from November 4th through 13th. Good luck to all those auditioning.
The Spring Dance Recital, an evening of music and dance, was presented last Wednesday and Thursday in the auditorium. The performances featured the dancers of Orchesis and the Advanced Dance class. Led by Mrs. Hall, Orchesis performed several dances, including sax, players in the game of Zen, and ice chimes. They also had an innovative interpretation of Cats. The Advanced Dance class, taught by Mrs. Swift, danced Mirror Image, Bound Free, and City Sights. This performance also featured Apple Slices, which was student choreographed by senior Debbie Epworth. Congratulations to all of these talented students and faculty. A hearty congratulations is extended to Trish Olson, Beth Dunoff, Kathy Tell, Diane Phillips, and Sue Vasana for their participation in the Miss National Teenager pageant this weekend. Trish, Beth, Kathy, and Diane were semi-finalists. Trish and Beth were speech finalists. Beth also won the Citizenship Award and the Most Outstanding Senior Award. Congratulations again to everyone.
Last Thursday, May 26th, the French Club held its annual election. A new slate of officers was elected. They are Bama Afreya for president, Jeff Muskowski, vice president, Vasuda Lingaretti, secretary, and Kim Colapret, treasurer.
Last Thursday was an unusual day for all members of the Spanish Club. It was Fiesta Day. Tacos, enchiladas, and other Spanish and Mexican dishes were enjoyed by all who attended. Julian Capetta succeeded in winning the contest by guessing within 11 of the total number of Doritos in a one-pounder. The total number, by the way, is 350. Fiesta Day was a great success in all respects, and the Spanish Club wishes to thank everyone who participated.
Tomorrow night is awards night at East at 7:30 in Cafeteria 2. Student Congress and Crimson Shield Awards for extracurricular activities will be presented. On Sunday, June 5th, the junior class will hold a barbecue from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. at East. Be sure to turn your money in. On Saturday, June 4th, the senior class will have its barbecue featuring a live reggae band, the Sons of Trinidad. This is free to all seniors. Come out and join your advisor, Mr. Mark Pinzer, and classmates from 1 to 4 by the library.
On the sports scene, in softball, the East girls team clinched the South Jersey Conference for the second consecutive year by blanking Paul VI 10-zip. Pam Fairbanks had 3 hits and 2 RBIs, while pitcher Julie Dando allowed only 5 hits and struck out 10. Congratulations to the victors, who now hold a record of 13-7. Last Wednesday, East's baseball team had a resounding 10-1 victory over Vineland in the South Jersey Group 4 tournament game. Todd Azar was the star of the game, giving up only 1 hit in 6 innings of pitching and going 3 for 4 with 2 doubles and 5 RBIs. Their record is now 14-6.
Last Tuesday, the boys tennis team easily defeated the Toms River North in the South Jersey Group 4 semifinals by a score of 4-1. David Neal, Jade Nigel, and the doubles team of Jeff Nimiroff and Samir Shaw and Jeff Janowski and Rick Tyrell were all winners for East. Then, in the Group 4 finals, Cherry Hill East once again scoring a stunning victory 5-0. Victory was over Atlantic City. On Saturday, East reclaimed the state championships. The doubles team of Samir Shaw and Jeff Nimiroff and Rick Tyrell and Jeff Janowski kept their undefeated records intact. The team finished the season with a 27-1 record. Congratulations to Coach Ipri and the team for a great season.
Sue Wilson scored 6 goals last Wednesday to lead the East lacrosse team to a 15-10 victory over Camden Catholic in the Del Val League. Maggie Cowan, Cheryl Miller, and Julie Paulison each contributed much to the game. Cowan had 3 goals, while Miller and Paulison each had 2. The team raised its record to 12-2. Once again on Thursday, the East lacrosse team scored a stunning victory, led by Sue Wilson, Cheryl Miller, and Maggie Cowan. This time, it was a 12-8 win over Shawnee. Excellent defense was contributed by senior cover point Donna Burke and goalkeeper Sue Heisler. The team's record is now 13-2. On the golf scene, Rick Tex Fucci easily took the Group 4 Northern Conference Individual Golf Championship. The tournament was held May 26th at Laurel Oak Golf Course. Congratulations, Tex. That's it for the sports. Good luck to all of the students in their final exams in business, industrial, and performing arts later on this week. For Christy Smith and everyone else here at East Update, this has been Rob DiGiacomo. Thanks for watching. Please stay tuned for the junior high news, followed by the All Cherry Hill Elementary and Junior High School Orchestra Concert up next on Channel U34.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Brainerd News. To start off tonight's show, here is Amy Miller with the sports results.
Thank you, Michael. The boys' 8th grade baseball team overcame Morristown 8-1 on last Tuesday, the 24th, and the 8th grade girls' softball team won over Oakland with a shutout 7-0 also on the 24th. The girls furthered their winning ways by defeating Morristown on May 25th, but then lost to Delran the next day, last Thursday. This wasn't a blockade for the boys, though. Our baseball team overcame Delran by the score of 9-5. On the track and field, Brainerd's track team had one tri-meet last week at Cherry Hill High School West versus Heritage and Beck. On last Tuesday at this meet, Brad Atkins broke the high jump record for his weight class by jumping a bar at 5 feet 4 inches. On last Thursday at West, the Camden County track meet was held, in which Brainerd placed third, with Haddonfield and Beck on top. Next week, we'll bring the sports wrap-up. This has been Amy Miller.
Thanks, Amy. 2 weeks ago, Mrs. Feely, one of our 8th grade language arts teachers here at Brainerd, and her students traveled to Kilmer to read stories to the kindergartners and 1st grade students. Brainerd News also traveled along with Mrs. Feely to find out what was really going on. Today I am here with Mrs. Feely, one of our language arts teachers here at Brainerd. Mrs. Feely, what exactly are the children doing?
The students are reading their original children's stories that they have illustrated and composed, and they are coming now to the elementary schools to read them.
How long has this been going on at Brainerd?
Approximately 11 years. I've been doing this in the 8th grade level for about 11 years. In the past, we used to go over to Earlton, then to Thomas Paine, and we are coming to Kilmer for the first time.
How do you pick the stories that you read for the students?
Oh, there are many very good stories. And what we do is we let the students listen to their classmates' stories, and then we pick approximately 4 stories per class. And we get a group of 20 students to come to elementary schools.
Leprechaun is a green little fellow. He runs around through meadow and meadow. And he's a tricky little guy with his pot of gold, and he hides it somewhere. At least that's what I'm told. Now that Leprechaun is a smart little man, but I'll try to be smarter. That is, if I can.
One day, in the land of color, lived puffballs of all different colors. There were pink puffballs, blue, yellow, green, and even purple ones. It was a nice spring day when a white puffball, who was named Zelda, was brought by the store.
What do we say to the girls for coming in? Justin, what did you think of all the stories?
Well, very good.
Sherry, did you like all the stories?
Yeah.
What grade are you in now?
Kindergarten.
Would you like them to come back again? Thanks a lot. Both of you like the stories?
Yeah.
Would you like them to come back again?
Yeah.
Which one did you like the best? How about you? Which one?
Temple.
Thank you. At this time, I would like to thank Mrs. Feely and her 8th grade students for letting us come to Kilmer with them. This story was especially special for me since I attended elementary school at Kilmer. I would also like to thank Mr. Farrower and the teachers for letting us into their classrooms to hear the stories that our 8th grade students wrote. For the entire Brainerd News staff, this has been Michael Ayrton saying good night and see you next week.
Good evening and welcome to What's News at Heritage. I'm Dave Pischke.
And I'm Ed Welch. Tonight we're talking about Heritage softball with head coach Mr. Scheidel.
Mr. Scheidel, how's the varsity softball team done so far this season?
The varsity softball team has done very excellently this year. The first game that we played was against Delran, and we really got creamed 18-3. But since then, we have made an excellent comeback and have won the last 8 games. So we have a 7-1 record.
How about the 7th graders? What has their season been like?
The 7th grade season has not been as productive and successful as the 8th grade team. They have somewhat of a hard season, and I believe they've lost all of their games so far.
Mr. Scheidel, would you like to introduce your players to our viewers?
Sure, I'd be glad to. Okay, the first person I'd like to introduce to you on our softball team is Eileen Alball. Eileen Alball plays our first base. She has an excellent arm, and she's presently batting .724. She has a grand slam to her name, a number of doubles and triples. The second player that I'd like to introduce to you, if you're seeing doubles, you are. This is Marlene Alball. Marlene Alball plays third and short field sometimes. She is also a hot batter. She has 7 doubles, 2 triples, and 2 home runs, and she's presently batting .533. An excellent fielder with a strong arm. The next player I'd like to introduce to you is Janet Chow. She's starting out at pitcher this year. She's having a few problems at the mound, but as an overall player, she's excellent. I can place her in any part of the field. She's presently batting .500 on the mound. The next player is Michelle Urazaris. She plays right, short field, and center. An excellent fielder and a good eye for the ball. She presently is batting .428, and yesterday hit a grand slam against Christ the King. The next player I'd like to introduce to you is Jennifer Firestone. Jennifer Firestone plays first, and she also plays left field for me. She's batting .579. She's an excellent batter, an excellent catcher, and has a definitely good arm. Again, we're going to show you double. We like to confuse our opposition with our twins. This is Melissa Firestone. She plays third base and left, and she has an occasional played center field. She is presently batting .440 off of the plate. She has one double, and she's 8 for 18. Next player on the team shares the catching job, and this is Dana Walton. Dana Walton is presently batting .272. She's an excellent catcher, has a good arm down to second. Amy Hollowell's up next. She is our catcher. Amy presently is batting .263, and she's excellent with as a catcher, and she's definitely aware of what's going on in the field. Next player is Susan Heisler. She keeps the team up. She really keeps them excited. She plays center field for me, for which she likes to play. She bats .533 and has a good eye for the ball in the outfield. Lisa Martin is my next player. She's been playing second base for about the last 4 or 5 games. She started out as my shortstop. She's also subbed at center field for a number of times. She's good with a bat. She starts at the top of the order, and she's presently batting .429. Debbie O'Neill has been playing right field for me. She's presently batting .333. She has a few problems at the plate, but she's trying very hard, and she's succeeding at her efforts. Christy Terrell, an excellent player. Last year she was playing first base for me. Presently she's playing right field and center. She is batting .429, has a good bat, and a definitely good arm. Sherry Weaver, she plays a multiple number of positions, shortstop, short field, and second base. She's presently batting .500. An excellent fielder. She gets down on the ball and has a definitely true arm. Lisa Wood has taken over the duties as shortstop. She started at second base. She's presently batting .708. She has 2 doubles to her name, has an excellent arm over to first base. Anita Yanis is my pitcher. She is presently batting .560. She not only helps herself on the field with strikeouts, but at the plate, she also has a number of doubles and a number of triples to her name. Excellent pitcher. Last but not least, I'd like to introduce to you Sue Sample. She is our manager, which she also helps in pulling out the equipment, getting the team ready, and set up for our games. She shares that position with Paul Abiuso, who's not here today. I'd like to thank both of them for the excellent help that they've given to me throughout the year.
A member of the baseball team just handed me this note. They would like me to read this for you. As members of the baseball team, we formally challenge you and the girls to a softball game before the end of the year. We prepare to bat, field, and throw with the opposite hand. And we promise not to embarrass the girls too bad. Well, Mr. Scheidel, do you accept the challenge?
I think I'll let the girls answer for me.
We accept!
Unfortunately, we're out of time, but we promise to bring the results at the end of the year. So from Dave Hischke
And Ed Welch,
thanks for watching What's News at Heritage.
And remember, in softball, it's not whether you win or lose that counts, as long as you don't mess up your hair and dirty your clothes.